y'all? What's good? It's your boy Jay in the building with the wifey.
And Corianne. You already know. She here. And she present.
She present, and I'm just so happy that you're here, that we finally got this going. We've been planning this for a long time. We've been telling you guys we're going to start the podcast. Yes. And here we are with the different setup. Microphones ready.
Yes.
Backdrop ready.
Finally for 2023, right, family? I mean, it's been more than a year since we last did a podcast. Wow. And if you didn't watch the last podcast, shame
on you.
What a shame man. Button at?
Come on.
Do we have any like sound effects?
We don't have no sound effects.
Shame.
We can add it in the edit. Shame. But we just want to give you guys a shout out to all those who are newly subscribed to the channel, and we just want to welcome you to the Rise family. And if this is your first podcast, I hope that you guys enjoy it.
Yes. All right. So we're gonna get into it already because we've been waiting for this moment. Y'all don't understand the drama that I had to go through with this man to get this podcast right. You feel me? We got the 2 mics going on. We got the headsets. You know the vibes.
She said it. I said all this up. I said the microphone.
The Lord is watching.
She came in, and I'm not gonna lie though. This is cool with the you know, it looks kind of cool, man.
Don't lie.
We got a little table in the middle.
Families and friends. Families. It's families plural. Yeah, it is family, but don't lie, because the Lord is watching.
Yeah.
Don't be like your brother over here, okay?
Hey.
Repent for lying. Because you know he was freaking out. See, this is why the Lord made helpers in Genesis. Y'all feel me?
Man.
Y'all come for the woman. Okay. Y'all come for the women.
I just want to say this, man. I'm very excited because I can see that, you know, this is something that we haven't done in a while, but it looks amazing. And we just want to go right into this podcast without further ado. This is Without further ado, this is Rise Podcast episode 5.
4 or 5? We don't even know. That's how long it's been. But guess what? We here. And we are present.
We're here in this place. Well, we're gonna just start off. I'm gonna ask my wife some questions. What you wanna do? What
all right, off the top. We gotta talk about where we are in life right now.
Facts.
And we gotta bring it. We gotta bring it to what went on. What is it? A week ago. What happened to you, baby? What did they do to you?
Your boy got banned for no reason. I get banned for no reason. Like, it got me so frustrated, so pissed off. I know I'm a Christian, and some of y'all gonna feel some type of way because I said pissed off. But I'm just, it's just so infuriating and frustrating because you were there since the beginning when I started this journey with creating the videos. And
I like this view.
Yeah. I like this view too.
I like this view. Talk to me, baby. Talk to me, Chupapi Moreno.
Okay, but for real though, you were there since the beginning. She was there since the beginning. Since I was just creating videos after videos, I was getting 5 views, 10 views, right?
Oh, we're gonna show a video.
You know?
Would you mind playing that video all the way in Rockford, Illinois? I wish we had videos from Hawaii though. You know, when we were baby Christians.
Yeah.
Because like, I was thinking about that one time when you spoke on stage at Sugrana Alabanza.
Yeah.
And we were just in the front row. It was me, Angel, and Reese, and we were just like, go.
Yeah.
But I wish we had videos from all the way back then. But I mean, I know we got a video on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah, we'll check it out. But to get back into what this topic is, like, you know, it worked so hard. We reached 264,000 followers. I was finally being able to monetize videos. For those who don't know what that means, I was finally able to start actually generating some type of income, you know, for all of my hard work. Mm-hmm. And, you know, just to get trolls everywhere, you know, reporting my account. And it was a conversation we were having that night, last week, where, you know, that conversation last week where you're like, you know, these apps are supposed to be inclusivity for everybody to be there, you know, it's inclusive.
Yes.
And yet when it's a Christian speaking, or, you know, somebody who speaks on their beliefs,
silence.
You gotta shut up, right? You gotta shut up. You can't pass a certain line, and I don't think that's right, and that's why I'll never shut up.
Ooh.
You know, I won't shut up.
Ooh.
And hopefully you guys don't either, because we all have opinions and we all believe different things, and that's what makes America America. But Yeah,
America.
So I was banned and bummed me out, but made the new account and we've already reached over 10,000 followers. So I know we're in the right track.
Okay. Why? Yeah, you already know, because that's one thing. And we've been I've always talked to Jose about this. Don't be moved by the numbers. See, in Proverbs it talks about that God will use the praise of men to test your heart. God will use the praise of men to test your heart, and this is why we shouldn't get comfortable with the likes, with the hearts, with the views, with the the followers. And if it happens, then praise God. It's by the grace of God that we have anything. But we ain't never gonna stop, even for the one. Yeah. Even if it's for the one. You feel me?
I feel you.
But I just want to commend you. Don't let this bring you down. I know you hear my mouth every day, but I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it again.
Not to cut you off, but we've been married. If y'all don't know this, your first time watching us, we've been married for 13 years. Yes. We look young. I know we look very, she's beautiful and handsome. You know what I'm saying? We look young, but we're actually old, all right? I'm 33. She's 31. And
my knees say 50.
Yeah. Facts. Well, I'll be running on the treadmill and it's just like my whole body hurts. But it is what it is. David Goggins, stay hard.
It is what it is, eh?
But yeah, that experience really happened and it was a trial for sure. And it made me feel some type of way, but it's not going to deter me from going hard after what I feel I'm called to do. And this is why we're doing even this podcast now.
Period. And that's what I miss about the TikToks. We have the backup page, which we'll drop that over here. Yep. At rise_777
underscore rise _777.
Oh, I'm messing it up already. Yeah. But you know what I mean. It'll be over here. But that's what I miss about the TikToks is the emotes, bruh. Gotta bring my emotes back.
Your emotes?
Yes.
Yeah, we had subscribers. By the way, you see this behind you? We had 300 subscribers and we got a plaque for a plaque.
Gotta zoom into that bad boy.
Right there. How do I say plaque? It's a plaque, right? Not a flag?
Yeah, it's a plaque.
I feel like I'm saying plaque.
Like the plaque on your teeth.
Exactly. Anyways, we at the point where I got banned, we had over 210 subscribers. All right, so that's a lot. Financially, that just breaks everything off. And now TikTok won't even release those funds to me. And that kind of sucks as well. So, we really got punched in the mouth, but we punching back. I'm just saying.
Goodness gracious. What? So graphic.
I mean, yeah, that's what it's for.
But look, they try to stop us, but we got a good God we serve. I don't know about you, but we serve a big God. Big God. Gang. Hey. Okay. If y'all haven't heard that song, y'all better go listen to it. Big God. I think it's Wandy. I don't know her name. But that song is fire.
Snap.
What happened?
It's not picking up my microphone, bro. Oh, no. Oh, yes, it is. Was it?
I don't know.
Oh, I hope it's been.
You know what is crazy? I thought about it.
Did you see that movie?
I was thinking about it, right?
Yeah.
I was like, he didn't even test it. Okay. If you know what, let's stop it here because we can add both of the videos, right?
Yeah.
All right, we back at it. We're here.
Working.
We back at it.
You feel me? But yeah, I guess
that's what he does to my life.
Yeah.
Anyways,
pray
for your girl.
Praise God.
Pray for all the wives in the house.
Pray for all the brothers out there, man. You brothers out there.
Hopefully, I don't sound obnoxious on this mic. Look, okay, we had a pep talk before this, and my Chupapi Moñeño was like, "Look, babe, you got to talk with your chest.
Yeah,
with your chest,
definitely."
So here I am with my chest. Okay.
Okay. Well, anyways, so that happened in our life, and what's been going on with your life?
Just heart surgeries and just stressing at work. But my God.
Yeah.
This is why I love God, because I can never allow myself to stay in that state of depression, oppression, of battle, of, you feel me?
I feel you.
God calls me to greater things.
Yeah.
And regardless of how people treat me, regardless of how many people talk behind my back, my God got me.
Facts.
You feel me? And he uses everything for the good of those who love him.
That's
Romans 8:28. Let's get it.
Let's go. All right. Well, I want to go into some deeper matters because I know a lot of us know that we're living in a crazy time right now for sure. We got a lot of things going on. We got aliens. We got, things that are not there that are there. We have America in ruins. We got Maui burning up.
Whoa! Don't drop the topics there, baby.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of topics that we could talk about.
We talking about all the topics because we took a whole year for a whole podcast. You know what I mean? Best believe we come with the smoke.
That's right.
That's staring at me like
that. Oh my gosh! So this is what happens when you do a podcast with your wife. Right?
He loves it.
I do. Love it.
So we talked about the ban, which, by the way, family on YouTube help to share the content.
That's right. Help out your boy. You know what triggers me? I'm gonna be honest.
Ooh, what triggers you, baby? Triggers are not good.
Saw that for those who probably you're not even a Christian, you're just watching this random podcast. You ever saw that one? It's not a meme, but Rick Ross. Rick Ross, the rapper. He was like, I go through.
I don't know if I can say it like.
Oh, how you say it? No, but he said he did a video on his Instagram a few months back, and he's like, what I noticed from people that say they're my friends or people that say they mess with me, I go through their pages to see like who likes their videos and how many views their videos have. And he says this, if I see that your post has been up for over 10 minutes and you have one like, I know that all those people that follow you, your friends from high school, your friends you hang out with, they saw the post and they didn't like it. So that means that they don't really mess with you, and that's real. And that's some real stuff. And that's the pill that you got to swallow and not care about who's there with you or not. Like it goes back to the beginning of what you're saying, because in this social media world, it's hard not to think like that, Yeah. It's hard not to think like, dang, they don't really like me then. Like, they don't really support me like that because look, it's 400 views and I have 20 likes. So am I affected or not? That resonated with me a lot.
You effective, baby. You effective.
Amen.
But that's why I said what I said from the beginning. We are not moved by the numbers. And, all the time I'm talking to Jose about I got to do better with my social media. But see, this is me. I'm trying to be intentional with my life. You feel me? I got to be like a couple of steps ahead of my flesh.
Right.
You feel me? And social media isn't a place for you to rummage around or like just chill on, because I feel like at the end of the day, people just post the good stuff. You feel me?
Right.
And if it's anything bad, then like, okay, I'm not being, what's the word? Presumptuous, right? But this is the truth. If you're putting something sad about your life, then are you victimizing yourself? You feel me? Anyways, getting back to the point.
Okay.
Right? But this is the thing. Like, we putting these things up on our social media as if people care. But people really don't care at the end of the day. That's because I gotta watch my words.
No, you don't.
Humanity is beautiful. I'm not trying to say. I was about to say beautiful.
Beautiful. Humanity is beautiful.
Humanity is not only negative. It's beautiful. Like the Maui fires, right? We see a lot of people, or like whenever there's a big devastation, right? Catastrophe. Like you see everybody come together and try to, think of an idea to rebuild, right?
Right.
So I'm not trying to say it's negative. I know I'm long-winded, but what I'm trying to say is social media, right? We just gotta be intentional with our minds, because this is the battlefield. And if we're allowing ourselves to just...
No, that's Ziggy. It's Ziggy, stop, bro.
If we're allowing ourselves to just, just look at this and entertain our mind with what's going on social media and only social media, then we are done.
Yeah.
Done. Anyways,
I don't want that to affect me no more. I feel like sometimes it affects me. And I feel like I could talk about that because a lot of people are affected by it. Maybe you don't say it enough, but I'm gonna be real. I'll be honest, like, because this is the world that we live in today. Especially if you're like a content creator like myself, like we are. Like, views do matter. Engagement does matter. These things matter, so that way you can prosper. At the end of the day, this is also a business. And the one thing I see about Christians that they get upset is upset about is like, oh, well, you're asking for money, or oh, you're really doing it for the money, but it's a job. Like, what do you expect? Why wouldn't I like to be compensated for all of my hard work? Why is it an issue? I think that these people that say these things, they're comfortable sitting on the sidelines, and it's not attacking them, but it's true. Like, they're comfortable being people who are in the background telling you what you should and shouldn't be doing, but never spend 1 hour actually trying to do it out of the fear of not making it. So I'd rather try it and speak about the things that are making me insecure, like, hey, maybe these numbers ain't matching up, or I got to do something better, so that way my finances can increase, so I can bring more production into what I'm trying to do for the kingdom of God, than just be like a hater in the background and then and act like like these things don't matter, because they do. What?
I feel you.
What,
I got a lot on my heart regarding that, because the first thing I want to say is, if I'm doing anything for my hater, I'm praying for him.
Yeah,
that's what my Lord told me to do for you. I'm gonna pray for you. Pray for my enemies.
And I'm also gonna pray that God humbles them. Like, that's biblical. Yeah. No, for real. Jeremiah, if y'all don't read the Bible, like in the book of Jeremiah, yeah, we getting serious now. We get to the T. In the book of Jeremiah, for those of you who are not really biblical people, but I'm gonna put you on game. Jeremiah talks about, yo, God, these people are against me. They're talking bad about me, and I did nothing but good for them. But now I know that they're talking bad about me. I'm done with that, God. I want you to take care of them. I want you to handle them, Father God. That's how he talks to God. And it's like, okay, this is my perspective on it. To love my enemies, I ask God to give me grace to love them, right? To give them the love, not to give them that energy that they're giving me back. But in my secret time with God, I'm telling God to destroy them. I'm telling God to humble my enemies. I am. I'm telling God to show them his glory and to show them their pride, and that they shouldn't be speaking against a son of God like they are, or sowing seeds of discord. One more thing before I pass it on to you. Even Jeremiah, which I thought was crazy, it says that they started gossiping about him. So they started making up stories around the town about Jeremiah. And that's just like TikTok. I got so many videos that were removed, and people writing to me like, this person told me not to hear you because of this. That person told me not to listen to you. So it's just like, all right, bet. Y'all like that? I'm going to ask God to help me have the grace to love you. But in my time with God, I'm going to tell him to humble you. Because that's the God that I serve. He's my vindicator.
I love you, baby. Yeah, no. I'm glad that we going deep, bro. You know what I mean? If you ain't coming at me with the deepness or the purity of your heart, then I don't want it at all.
Ooh, the deepness. I gotta edit that one out.
No, we're not, because we're being raw.
Okay. Wow.
Anyways,
all these
no, for real, we being
things. We're married.
Look, so that's why you need Jesus.
I do. Hey,
dirty mind.
I mean, for you my spouse.
Right. Anyways.
All right.
Hey, we keeping it PG for the kids.
Facts.
Love the kids.
We love the kids over here.
But going back.
Not in the Jeffrey Epstein type of way.
Yeah, not in a weird way, bro.
Not in that Anthony Weiner guy.
I'm getting back to the topic because we're talking about the haters, right?
Right.
Look, I don't do this for anybody else. I don't even do this for you, baby. I love you so much, but it ain't for you.
It ain't for you.
It's you part of it, but you're not my main reason.
Right.
I'm not even my main reason.
Exactly.
It's the Lord. I'm bringing it back to the Lord. Exactly. And I know I've been saying a lot of things, going back to God, because that's the reason. Like he gave up everything for me. Why wouldn't I? You feel me? Like he doesn't leave me, like I said earlier, he doesn't leave me in my distress. He doesn't leave me around my enemies. He works everything out for the good of those who love him.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm not focused on the circumstances, like what's going on around me. At the end of the day, like, this is happening because the times we're living in. If you're not with the agenda, then you silenced. And this is why we have a lot of propaganda, which we gonna move to the next topic.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about the Maui fires. Okay. Y'all know your girl is from Hawaii.
Yeah.
I'm not from Maui, but I got family in Maui. And praise God, all glory to God that my family is safe. They're on the other side of Maui. If I have, my family members that do reside there. But
I heard it's like 93 people already.
Yes, the toll is high.
It just keeps rising and rising. That's horrible.
And we pray for them. You know, everybody who's lost a loved one. I've seen a news clip, and there's this guy, and he's like, I can't find my wife. We've been married for X amount of years, but I know I'm gonna find her. I hope I find her. You know, and that broke my heart. I'm like, Lord, please.
That's sad.
But that was when it was only like less than 30 people they found at that time. Gosh. I pray he found her.
And you know, these places, like, we don't want to be the conspiracy guys, right? But they're still trying to figure out what actually caused these fires. And, you know, it's not a coincidence, in my opinion. This is my opinion. YouTube and all you out there, this is my opinion. In my opinion, it's like, okay, there's a lot of rich people that have all types of land out there. Acres of land. And so, you know, could that be connected? Who knows, right?
But this is the thing, it's Hawaii. You feel me? Like, okay, I'm not saying that Hawaii is exempt from wildfires. I mean, I lived on Oahu, and we had wildfires, you know, all the time, especially during the summertime, but mainly on Waianae. If you know about Waianae, you know about Waianae. Yeah. But that's the west side, and it's drier. You feel me? But I've never heard news about crazy wildfires. If anything, it would be California, right?
Right.
But California, I mean, I'm just saying this year we got a lot of things that is happening. I mean, just a few months ago there was that wildfire in Canada.
Yeah.
That like
so it was like a
smoked out. Yeah, it looked red, and it was it smoked out New York, and it looked crazy.
And these things are not coincidental. Like, the world tells you and me, like, you know, I know some of you who may be watching this, you're not a Christian, or you don't label yourself anything like that, but we are Christian, and us Christians believe in biblical prophecy. And one of the things that God tells us about, Jesus shows us that there's certain things that are going to be happening in the earth, and as the time closes, sorry, I was good. 3, 2, 1. As the time closes in.
That's how you know he makes a lot of
sense. I make a lot of contact.
You can't bleep that out.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I do that a lot. That's so crazy.
Because that's just you know how I be on my content. If I mess up, I just restart.
Really? I just keep going. I'll be like 3, 2, 1. Okay. But all right, y'all saw that. But the Bible does say, like, as we're getting closer to the end, it starts to intensify in the labor pains and the birth pains. Like what you told me not last night, it was a couple nights ago. You're like, you know, honestly, I could see, you know, these wildfires, these tornadoes, these floods in America, these earthquakes, all these things that are taking place around the globe is actually intensifying. Even animals dying, strange sounds in the sky, like all these things about alien sightings, and all these things are just the beginning of these intense labor pains of the end of the world. It's crazy to say that, right? Of the end of the age.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, like, excuse me. We have been following YouTube channels that keep up with world news. I mean, we should. We should. Even Jesus says, you know, like what is it? Like watch. Exactly. And
keep watching.
That's one thing. God has given me Jeremiah 3:33.
Yeah.
You know, like I remember writing this down, and I remember like speaking to him in the secret place. You feel me? The secret place. The secret is the secret place. Thanks. You feel me? But anyways, I remember when I was convicted. Like I gotta tell them. I gotta tell people, like, I don't want blood on my hands.
You mean Ezekiel 3:33?
I meant Ezekiel. You're right, because you're in Jeremiah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just looked it up, and I felt like you were talking about the Watchman. I'm like, oh,
yes, the Watchman, exactly, the Watchman, which is the reason why we got this over here.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You got one on your side, I got one on my side. Okay. Anyways, we got to. I mean, it's not a podcast if we ain't got this.
Hey, yo,
ooh.
Wait, hey, wow. Hey, listen, these are called shofars or shofar.
Chauffeurs.
This is a ram song, right? And this was used, for those of you who don't know, this is a sound of triumph, and the sound of, you know, we're going to tear down these walls. You feel me?
And the Lord is coming.
That's right. So we're going to sound the alarm, because we wouldn't be watchmen. If you're watching us, we sounding the alarm, because it's not no conspiracy. We are living in some crazy times.
I'm telling you. Watch the world news, not just the news that's going on in America. Didn't even wait for me.
I just gotta
ready. Ready.
3, 2. It's hard. It's harder than what it looks like. This was harder to do it. Period. I don't like that you say
I say that. I say that because it annoys him.
I hate when you do the period.
Because period up.
Come on, man.
Period up, period
That's it. Period. Anyways, yeah, so that's according to Ezekiel 33:3, we gotta be watchmen, and that's all we're doing here, just speaking about tying everything that's happening in local news and world news into biblical prophecy.
Yes. But that's what comes with being a watchman, is you sound the alarm.
Right.
You have to sound the alarm. That means that when war is coming, I'm telling you war is coming.
Right.
And for years, right? I'm not trying to be negative, but I'm like, this is me being realistic with my husband. We would watch these like videos, right? And the one that we're watching right now, shout out to him, the Watchman.
Yep, the Watchman.
Watchman.
Welcome to the Watchman channel. Where we seek your Bible prophecy.
Don't do him, bro.
Nah,
I'm so grateful for him, but we putting you on, bro.
Yeah, thanks.
Anyways, we would watch Jason A. We would watch Soldier of God. Yeah. What is the other ones? There's a lot of them.
Kitten.
There's a lot of them. Oh, Spy Kitten.
Yeah.
I feel like they silenced her, bro. She got some good. She has some good content. But anyways, we gotta sound the alarm, guys. And I was saying that, being realistic, I would tell my husband, "Oh, it's the same thing, you know." like, excuse me for my bluntness, but like, it's the same thing. Like, we got fish dying everywhere, we got birds dying everywhere. It's the same thing.
And I'll be like, babe, this is not normal.
Yeah, but recently, like, I'm watching these things and it's getting worse. It's worse, like, it amplified, and you can just tell that these are the labor pains. Like, or not even that. Like, we in the 3rd trimester, and I know that was one of our last podcasts, but you can tell that it intensified more from the last podcast that we talked about, because the last one we were talking about, like, the LGBTQ, Joe Biden, you know what I mean? Yeah, don't even get me started on that one. Ooh, America, America, humble yourself.
Facts.
We gotta humble ourselves, because
got that pride everywhere.
This nation,
God's gonna knock down that pride. Honestly,
yeah.
You know what's crazy? Now that we're talking about, we're just gonna keep flowing, because honestly, this LGBTQ transgender agenda is so, in my opinion, demonic. Why do I say it's demonic? Because why is it okay for you to force feed something into my feed or into my ears or eyes, but when we speak about Jesus, or maybe you're a Muslim, or you're whatever religion you are, right? They will make sure that, you know, that's silenced to a point where it better not speak against this LGBTQ agenda. And it's actually insane, the amount of transgender kids and bisexual kids and lesbians and all that now in this generation is the most it's ever been. And this is on a public, you can Google search this. It's right here for you. It gives you the graph of, like, from baby boomers, millennials, and now Gen Z, the actual data of the amount of professing, you know, people saying that they're a part of this community. And I just believe it goes into what we were going to talk about anyways, even the media, what we watch, the media, what it's promoting, you know. That's why in the book of Jeremiah, God talks about making sure that you're an influence and not being influenced by them, you know?
Right. And this is why, and I'm glad we're on this topic, because what's his name? Jim Morrison. And I'm not trying to make him, like, say he's a great, I barely know that guy. I barely know anything. I know very minimal about him, but the reason why I'm bringing him up is because I don't think it's a coincidence that we watched the movie Oppenheimer, right?
Yeah.
And the quote that was said on that movie was, if you control the media, you control the mind.
Facts.
Okay? And that's something that, like, during the same time, I mean, like, literally the same day, okay, maybe a day after, I'm going, you know, I'm on my news feed on Facebook, and I see that one of our family members went to a Beyonce concert, and she posted up like pictures of, you know, Beyonce, like she was close to the stage, and there's this one slide or like this one picture, and it says literally the same quote: control the media, control the mind. Come on, Beyonce.
Exactly.
I know you know. You feel me?
Facts.
There is no, like, come on. There's a reason why you have that on your screen.
Right.
And you know what you're doing, girl.
Exactly. All those Hollywood elites know
it's not just Beyonce. And it brings me to Barbie.
Oh, that movie was so miserable for me to watch. But we had to watch it because, you know, we couldn't talk about it just by hearsay. Yeah. You know, we wanted to actually watch it ourselves and give our own input in it. And man.
But I did tell you, even before we watched it, like, we saw previews, of course.
Yeah.
But not even the previews gave away the movie.
At all.
Just knowing that the day and age that we're in and the agenda that you see continuously, I mean, ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing new under the sun, but ain't nothing new on social media, because they're over harping the LGBTQ community, and if you're not for it, then you're a bigot.
Exactly, you're a hater.
And this is the thing, like, I have a lot of friends. You know, I grew up in Hawaii. You know, I know a lot of, and forgive my language, but I'm from Hawaii, right? They know, they mahus, okay.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be negative with that, but I've lived around these people. You know, how do I want to say these people? Like, they're beautiful hearted people. You know what I mean? If anything, they're even more blunt than the people in the church, which I love about their community. You know, they're blunt and they'll say it, you know, maybe not like righteously, but you know what I mean? I'd rather be with somebody who is upfront with me than hating on the low.
And I feel like it changed now, though. Like, think about it. That's how I've always known too. Like the gay community before in the past, growing up, or even for you, like it was like they're blunted, but they're nice. Now it's kind of like
paraded in your face.
Right, they're a gang. Now they're like, oh, if you don't accept this, and they'll blatantly disrespect Christianity, and that's the line that I draw. Like, you ain't finna.
Ooh, not the
you
finna.
ain't finna get the cross and dance on it like you should on a pole.
You're doing too much.
Think that you're not gonna get rebuked by somebody like me.
Yeah.
Or you like, nah, you're gonna get rebuked. I'm gonna tell you that's perverse, that's wickedness. Like, okay, like, you can't be disrespecting my God and disrespecting my faith.
Facts.
Just like that, because people died for this. Like, this Bible that we have, people were killed for this word to be spread. Like, people were crucified upside down and were burned alive at the stake for sport, just for them to denounce this Christian faith. Like, you're not gonna be, you know, this flamboyant person and then think that you can get away with mocking God. And it's like, it's always Christianity. And so that's why I say, to your point, like, yeah, it used to be like that innocent, like, you know, they cool, but now it's like, it's more like a mob.
I didn't say they were innocent. I'm just saying the character trait that I love about them. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying all of them, okay? I'm just saying the ones that I know. They blunt, you know, like, give it to me for real, like 100.
Right.
Because I mean, you see, my experience with the church has not been very good. You feel me?
Looking, huh?
And I'm not trying to make this a whole, like, oh, I'm a victim and oh, they hurt me. No, but I mean, for real.
Right.
Like, people, when they have this, you know, this holiness about them, they suddenly become overly righteous. And then here comes the legalism. Anyways, I'm not trying to make this negative. I'm just speaking facts. Yeah. You know, and this is why a lot of people, it's hard for people to go to church. And that's just an excuse, by the way. Right. Okay? Nothing should hold you back from God. If anything, that should bring you closer to God. And this is why I say I owe everything to God, because it's because of him that I can love the Judases in my life.
That's right.
And I thought it was impossible. I thought it was impossible because I was like, but they did this to me, you know?
Right.
But nah. But getting back on the topic, right? So, LGBTQ. One thing I do want to say is the way they're going about it, that should be sus to everybody. Right. You know, like the way that the agenda is pushed. And yeah, I say agenda because it's repetitive on the news. and we just came out of Pride Month. Like now it's August right now, but I still feel like PTSD. You know, this year was wild. We saw this one video with this girl. She spoke up against the, you know, she used to be a
transgender,
right? How do you call it? How do you call it? Excuse me.
Transgender male. So she was a female who transitioned to male and ultimately transitioned back to a female.
Okay, it's just because it's confusing, right? And I try to understand it, but it's confusing. But she got attacked. I mean, like a mob of people just pulling her hair. I'm swinging with every inch of my body. Yeah. If you know what I mean, like
that one. You're talking. Oh, she's talking not that.
We'll play the video.
Yeah,
we'll play
that was horrible. Yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know how we got here, but we got here. You know, there's so much to say. Just because we haven't been doing any podcasts, or you know, we haven't been going live a lot, it's because we don't let the platform take our heart. You know, our hearts is reserved for God. Look at me, I'm speaking English over here.
I just feel like we need to talk about this because a lot of people are dealing with this. Right now, it's like a lot of race baiting. Remember that, you know, try that in a small town. Like even these little songs that are saying like, try, you know, coming to the small town and see if you're going to be able to get away with beating on an old lady or doing certain things that is like mainstream. Like it's okay. Look at Chicago. Chicago is absolutely insane. New York, these cities of California, run by these democratic leaders, like, and I'm not trying to get all like political over here, but like these people are allowing crime to just run, and it's just so, we're in such a strange time. Like legislation being passed that if a child in Los Angeles, passed, that if the child says, hey mommy, hey daddy, I'm not a boy today.
Yeah, you're a child abuser.
If you tell that child no and they report you, they could take your kids away. Like, what kind of lunacy is this? Like, what are we doing? We're getting bombarded by entertainment. We're getting bombarded by a lot of brokenness in our wounds. So we hide them with drinking and smoking and doing the things that we do to get away from reality. But if we don't face reality, it's going to hit us in the face when you can't do anything about it.
And inevitably, we're going to be there.
Exactly.
We are going to be there, whether you believe it or not. Look at the direction we're heading in. And a lot of people don't believe in CBDC, but they're already thinking about it.
Right.
Look at the World Forum.
Yep.
You know, there's so many things that are going on behind, you know, like if you're too distracted by social media and trying to look good so that way you get a couple likes here, you get a couple follows there, you're distracted from the main purpose. But this is what I'm saying. Like,
it's like the glorification of sin. I feel like sin.
Yeah.
It's wild to say that, but I feel like sin is actually glorified.
Or it's incentivized.
It's glorified and incentivized. It's glorified and incentivized, baby. Incentivized.
Somebody gotta go back to elementary.
All right. Like it's those, but it's like this is right now.
Yeah.
Like screw God. We don't need to worry about principles and morals. Your own feelings, your emotions, however you feel, that's what we should respect. And no, like that right there is a dangerous place to be because
dangerous.
That right there is a dangerous place to be because it amplifies lawlessness. Like you know, defund the police. Like, what are we gonna do if there's no police? What are we doing? What are we talking about? What is actually going on?
So you want no accountability at all? Like you don't want justice system. I'm not saying our justice system is on point, right. But you feel me? Like,
but we need it. We do need policemen. Yeah. And I know that there are some racist people out there, but like they're harping on racism so much now that it's just like, oh, everything's racist now. That's racist. This is racist.
Yeah.
That's racist. This is racist. Like, no, it's not. It's not racist, you know, but what goes back to your quote, you know, what was it about the media?
Yeah, control the media, control the mind.
Control the media, control the mind. And so this is why these podcasts like this and people who stand up and speak against, you know, the wave is very necessary.
And it ain't as easy as it seems.
It's not.
It's not, you know. First and foremost, the flesh.
Right.
Let's be honest.
Facts.
We just, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes we just want to binge watch something. We want to do this. We want to do that. You know what I mean? Just chill, especially on my weekends.
Yeah.
But we don't glorify the flesh over here. We put that thing to sleep.
Put it to sleep.
Not even to death.
Death.
That's the problem. If you're not putting your flesh to death, if you ain't picking up your cross, then what are you doing?
That's right.
But anyways, yes. I kind of went off on a tangent. Where was I, baby? Where was I? Help your woman.
Media.
Yeah.
And, you know, Barbie and Oppenheimer.
No, we're talking about the podcast. So, like, people who speaks against, like, we swim upstream. That's you feel me? We go against the current, not with the current, but against it. Fact. It's too sus for me. Like the way that they're pushing, and I'm gonna say it, agenda, because it seems like that's the only thing that the news wants to talk about, or TikTok. You know what I mean? It's millions of likes and follows, and you don't get your content taken down because that's the community guidelines that TikTok is for. Right. You feel me? But this right here, going upstream, it's not easy.
Definitely not.
Because we got people looking at us like, oh, like I was telling my husband, there's somebody at work and you can tell he's, is borderline mocking. But I take it. Lord, it's all for your glory. I don't get bent out of shape because somebody don't, not vibing with me.
Right.
Or don't see the truth the way that you've revealed it unto me, Lord.
Well, it's because of how American Christianity has been, and so people they find it easier to mock Christians or people standing for truth, or like Andrew Tate and Candace Owens, mm-hmm. that interview. I recommend you guys see that interview because Andrew Tate based his reason why he doesn't serve Christ no more is because of how the American church does it. And it's sad that he will do it like that. But, somebody who's immature in the spirit, people are going to look, and if they... people are gonna look like he's immature in the spirit. His brother, Christian, mm-hmm. he believes in Christ. He's a follower of Christ, and
I think his dad was too. Yeah,
but he doesn't come against his brother. Like he lets his brother figure it out. But the thing about it, I feel like Andrew is kind of like not coming to Christianity because of the fact of what he sees, right? Mm-hmm. And he thinks that Christianity is based off do's and don'ts, like how many prayers you can see me do, or how many, how we have it all together, and mm-hmm. the structure of fearing God. I wish that America feared God, but this is the new Babylon. This is a culture in America where freedom, anything goes, and mm-hmm. they'll crap on Christianity. But I feel like the reason why people are turned off from Christianity is because people ain't bold enough to say the truth. Like, nah, bro.
Not even bold enough. They too busy trying to label themselves a Christian and not even living the principles or the disciplines.
Yes.
Because that's the thing. Like, being a Christian means that you love God, others, and yourself, and they don't move in that way. Not right. even with the fruits of the Holy Spirit. You see them being judgmental more than being kind or gentle.
Right.
You feel me? Like, there's no fruit of love. And what does God say about not having love? You're bankrupt if you don't have love.
What is a Christian?
You broke.
What is a Christian? Remember Matt Walsh, he made a show, What is a Woman? They can't define what a woman is now in this generation. It's insanity. But what is a Christian? Everybody calls himself mm-hmm. a Christian, but like you said, a Christian is somebody who is not perfect. That is not what I'm saying.
But that's not a cop-out either.
That's not a cop-out. But it's a Christian is somebody who's willing to see his imperfections and take it to the cross and nail it. You got to nail your mm-hmm. imperfections to the cross. Being somebody who actually does the word and not just hears the word. That's what defines a Christian, a true Christian. And there's not a lot of people like that no more. Not saying that there's not people like that, but mm-hmm. in general, I can see we can put a room of 20 Christians, and I'm pretty sure there'll be maybe 5 out of those 20 that are really, truly serving him, following him, guarding their hearts, picking up their cross. And the other ones are okay with crossing certain lines. Like, hey, I can just keep getting high. I can keep getting drunk every day. I can keep, looking at porn. I can do all these things, but because mm-hmm. I have grace now,
right.
And that's the distinction. Like, what he calls us to be set apart. I don't know. We're here because we're Christian, and that's what a Christian looks like.
And that's a good podcast, another, podcast that we should talk about, because that in its own, that's its own topic. There's so much that goes with it. There's a lot of self-discipline that has to, be done. And nobody wants to put their selfish desires to rest because it's my life. I want to do me.
Facts. But what you got down there in your notes, though? What you got down there?
Oh, I was just letting us flow. You know what I mean?
What you think about? Okay, go ahead.
Wait, because we bunny trailed a lot.
It's good.
We did. I mean, it is good, but there are a lot of things that I wanted to talk about, because we were talking about social media earlier, right?
Right.
And like the propaganda, right? Going back to that, and I call it propaganda, and I actually, I have something that I would like for you to read.
Oh,
por favor.
All right, I'll read it.
Here we go.
Propaganda. All right.
We're gonna give you the definition of propaganda.
Here it is. Information, especially of a biased or misleading nature, used to promote or publicize a particular political cause or point of view. All right. It says the dissemination of propaganda as a political strategy. Propaganda. The party's leader believed that a long period of education and propaganda would be necessary. Yeah, well, that's propaganda.
He tried very hard with that. I love your little voice. What is that? Your teaching voice?
My what? My reading voice? Information, especially biased or misleading. But yeah, propaganda. That's what it is. Misleading. Yeah, there's a lot of propaganda. There's a lot of biasism.
Isn't it big bold for us to call this propaganda, though?
Huh?
Yeah. This is marriage. The husbands don't listen. That's the problem. They got ears. See, the Lord made 2 ears and 1 mouth for one reason. Okay.
Oh, my God.
I'm just kidding.
Biasism.
What?
Biasism.
You missed me with that.
Oh, yeah.
You're biased. That's it. You ain't got to say biasism.
There's a lot of biasism.
I don't even know if that's a word.
A lot of biasism on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
If y'all haven't watched the other podcasts, y'all gotta watch it because it's hilarious. I don't know what word you were making up. Remember that one time?
Yeah.
That one day? At that one place?
Yeah.
On that one podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I know it's big bold for me to say it's propaganda, but it is. It is. There's a lot of sus things going on. Like, when I say sus, it means suspicious.
Yeah.
It is suspicious with the news that they decided to portray. I was at the gym, right? Yeah. And at the gym, I'm not even safe at the gym from news.
No.
They got the news blasted right in front of me. I'm like, I guess
Trump sucks. That's all the news says today. Nowadays, the news just says Trump sucks. He's going to jail. Send Trump to jail.
I think it's also sus that they still applauding Biden.
Yo,
like they be like, this man can do no wrong in America.
This man's son was actively caught getting money from China. He was caught with prostitutes and all these things, and yet, hey man, forget that. Did you see the insurrection? It was because of Trump. And Trump is literally saying, do not do anything wrong. Peacefully protest. All these things. Everybody just hates Trump. It's just to the point where it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Anyways.
Propaganda.
I'm not trying to bring religion. I mean.
Proper
we never about religion in this. It's a relationship with God over here.
That's right.
I'm not trying to bring politics up in here because it's another podcast.
You know, next time I want to have like a cup of whiskey right here. Yeah. I'm gonna do that.
Bye.
I'm gonna do that.
Anyways, I pour out.
Huh?
I pour out. Okay, I don't pour up. I pour out over here.
Yeah, I pour out. We don't get drunk over here, but I would have a cup.
I pour my heart out.
I pour up. The next pod. Let me know if you guys would like that.
Now I'm not gonna lie though. Okay, this is one thing that I told my husband. I want to be vulnerable with y'all because I ain't got nothing to hide.
Facts.
Baby, I ain't got nothing to hide. But I will say that sometimes I will have a drink.
Right.
Okay?
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that.
I will have a drink.
Oh.
But anyways, we getting on topic. Propaganda.
This is good though, because they need to see, people need to hear this. You feel me?
This is us.
This is us.
This is us.
This is us. This is us. This is us.
Rise